Hello everyone, and welcome to our latest project video. Today we'll be showcasing the Posh Autumn book cover project. To get this project started, SollyJo first applied a coat of Posh Chalk Crackling gel to the entire surface area of the book cover with a Posh Chalk Small Smooth and Blend brush. For this particular project, she also wanted to apply Posh Chalk Crackling paste, but as it will serve as a backdrop for the decoupage she wanted to apply later, she needed to colour it white first to help allow the colours of the decoupage to really stand out. When the crackling paste is first opened, it is quite stiff, so she stirred it until it was loose and creamy before stirring in some of the Posh Chalk Arctic White colour kit. Using a Posh Chalk Premium finishing trowel, SollyJo then covered one side of the book cover with her Arctic White crackling paste mixture. She then force dried the crackling paste with a heat gun in order to continue on to the decoupage application straight away. To get the best results from her decoupage application, SollyJo knew she needed a completely flat surface to apply it to. So, to ensure that there was no imperfections in the finish, she sanded the crackling paste surface with 240 grit sandpaper. She had chosen the Posh Chalk Autumn Clearing decoupage for this project. To prepare it for application, she first tore off some of the paper that would be unneeded, making sure to retain the part of the design she wanted to be featured on the project. She didn't tear her decoupage down to the exact size she had available though, as she can sand off the excess later for a perfect looking finish. To get the decoupage application process started, she applied a coat of Posh Chalk Pigment Infuser with a Posh Chalk Small Smooth and Blend brush to the side of the book cover she had just applied crackling paste to. She then laid a section of decoupage onto the surface and smoothed it down with a clean and dry Smooth and Blend brush. Then, to complete the process, another coat of Pigment Infuser was applied on top of the decoupage, again with a Smooth and Blend brush. SollyJo then force dried the decoupage surface and removed the excess hanging off the edges with sandpaper. This is the most convenient way to ensure that your decoupage section matches the size of your area perfectly without attention grabbing cuts at the edges. Next, SollyJo wanted to do some stenciling. She had chosen the Posh Chalk Posh Birds and Bendy Branches stencil for this project and decided to use the Posh Chalk Black Carbon and Brown Van Dyke metallic pastes. She placed her chosen stencil on the decoupage covered surface, aligning it with the edge of the book cover, and then decanted a scoop of each of the pastes onto an old wood bend board. Once she had mixed the two colours of paste together somewhat, she applied the dark brown mixture she had created using a Posh Chalk Premium finishing trowel. The finishing trowels are perfect for stenciling as they allow you to conveniently apply your chosen medium to the entire surface area of your stencil while easily maintaining an even distribution. Peeling the stencil back, we could see the interesting tones the mixture of colours have created in the design. In order to continue with the project straight away, SollyJo then force dried her stenciling. She then realised that because she had used Posh Chalk metallic pastes, this presented a great opportunity for her to create some texture. As she force dried her stencil design with a heat gun, you can see that the paste starts to puff up, creating a 3D bubble-like texture. Once this had been done to the entire design, SollyJo then simply flattened the paste, again using a Posh Chalk Premium finishing trowel. This creates a completely unique and textured pattern across the stencil design. Now it was time to move on to applying wood bend trims to the project. SollyJo began this step by heating up the first trim she had chosen, TR746. She then applied wood glue to the entire spine of the book cover, making sure to spread it to the entire surface area the trim would lay on for the best results. She then laid her trim onto the wet glue and pressed it down. She cut along the edge of the book cover to leave a perfectly sized strip of trim adhered to the surface. Then, to finalise the application, she sanded the edge and pressed the trim down again. SollyJo had also selected the trim TR753 for this project. So, she applied a strip of wood glue wrapping around the spine of the book cover and then warmed the coil of trim up until it was malleable. She then pressed the warm trim down onto the freshly applied strip of wood glue. SollyJo wanted this trim to wrap around one side of the book cover, so She applied more wood glue on this side of the book cover and kept heating the trim as she pressed it down to avoid accidentally breaking it in the process. Once the trim reached the end of the book cover, she cut it free from the rest of the coil. SollyJo then repeated this process at the top of the book cover with the same trim to keep the project somewhat symmetrical. The next step for this project was to apply Posh chalk crackling paste to the currently undecorated side of the book cover. SollyJo wanted two different shades of crackling paste to create an interesting visual effect on this side of the book cover. First, she stirred some of the Posh chalk rich ochre and Mocha Delight colour kits into one pot of crackling paste, creating a lovely pale yellow colour. She also needed a slightly darker shade to contrast with this mixture, so in a different pot, she mixed Mocha Delight and rich ochre again, but slightly more Mocha Delight than last time. Once this was thoroughly stirred, SollyJo felt it was still lacking something, so she added a little bit of the Posh chalk Royal Indigo colour kit to get a slightly darker yellow shade she was happy with. Now that she was armed with her two coloured crackling paste mixtures, SollyJo stippled the darker yellow mixture onto the side of the book cover until it was mostly covered. Once she was satisfied with the amount of this mixture on the surface, she switched to the lighter yellow mixture and filled in the gaps. Due to her method of application, she did not cover the entire surface she had available. This was done on purpose to create the sense of natural aging that happened over time. As she force dried this side of the book cover, you can see all of the cracks starting to form before your eyes. SollyJo still needed to paint the trims she had applied earlier. She had decided to use the Posh chalk orange gold metallic pigment for this. A couple scoops of the orange gold pigment was decanted into a small pot. Then SollyJo added Posh chalk pigment infuser and stirred them together until she had created the consistency she needed. This gold mixture was then brushed onto the two small strips of area above and below the TR753 strips she had attached earlier. She also applied it to the edges and sides of the book cover, and then finally to the TR746 she had attached to the spine. All that was left was to paint the TR753 strips that wrapped around the book cover. SollyJo decided to use the Posh chalk smoky charcoal metallic pigment for this, so she decanted a couple scoops onto an old wood bend board and mixed in Posh chalk pigment infuser gradually, just like she did previously with the orange gold pigment. She then applied the mixture to both TR753 strips. Once the trims had been fully covered with the smoky charcoal pigment, she force dried them with a heat gun. The final step to complete this project was to create some shading effects. SollyJo applied Posh chalk dark brown patina around the edges of the TR753 strips. She applied the patina heavily in these areas, so she could then spread it across the book cover's surface area using Posh chalk patina extending wax and a Posh chalk wax extender brush. Due to how effective the patina extending wax is, the dark brown patina mixed into the wax on the brush and allowed SollyJo to extend the shaded effect across the whole book cover very easily. This process turned down the intensity of all the colours on the project and really contributed to that naturally aged effect SollyJo wanted for this piece. So, here is the result. We think this ended up being a perfect decorative coffee table book. Please let us know in the comments below what you thought of this. And if we inspired you to start your own project, let us know. We would love to see it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, it really helps us out. And if you want to see a new project video every single week, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.